Hello Internet Allies, how are you doing? So during this whole lockdown period, like something else that's been helping me get through it is watching some of my favourite YouTubers. Basically some of those videos that they're posting have been like really cheering me up, like entertaining me, making me laugh and whatnot. So today what I wanted to do is like talk about like my favourite YouTubers at the moment and basically why they're my favourite YouTubers and what kind of content I like from them. So yeah, here we go. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my friends who have YouTube videos first. So the first friend I wanted to talk about is Kieran. He has a YouTube channel, Spider Do Vlogs. The way I describe Kieran to people is that he's basically me but Irish, and I think that's kind of true for his YouTube content as well. He makes kind of very similar videos to me, like he can make videos about like Disney, Marvel, like, you know, all the kind of like geeky things and stuff like that. Harry Potter, Star Wars, etc. So basically, if you like my stuff, you should really check out Kieran's channel. My second friend that's like really only recently started making YouTube videos, but like has been a fan of like YouTube for years, is Kaylee. Now Kaylee, her channel is kind of more based on like, you know, story time. So for example, like her times at university or like meeting certain YouTubers. Kaylee also does like makeup tutorials. Even though the makeup stuff isn't really my thing, I do think Kaylee is an amazing storyteller. She's very engaging and she's definitely worth checking out and stuff like that. You know, especially if you are like a similar age to her, like, you know, might be going through like, you know, university yourself or whatever, or thinking about going to university. I totally recommend her channel. I met Kaylee at Summoner City. There are a few content creators I really enjoy that are featured guests at Summoner City, and some of them that I've met alike are really nice. So the first one I'm going to talk about, and I've been a fan of his for years, Kick the PJ. Now Kick the PJ's channel is like super creative. Like I love his like aesthetic and his storytelling ability. He's a great like filmmaker, videographer as well. You know, I really admire his work. You know, he can animate. You know, he's probably one of the most creative YouTubers I can really think of. When I met him at Summoner City last year, like he brought along a claw machine that he made. He actually did make a video of him making that claw machine. I'm also going to talk a bit about the founder of Summoner City, Tom Burns, and his wife, Jamie Jo. Now, I really like their content as well because they have like a collaborative channel called Dorky Ever After, which is kind of about, you know, sometimes their travels to like, you know, the Disney parks, or like, you know, they geek out about like Disney and Pokemon and like Japanese animation, to name a few things. And they also talk a little bit about their travels to like, say, like Disneyland. They talk about their travels to like Tokyo and all these other different places and all these like pop culture places. Jamie Jo is also really creative. You know, she's a very good artist. You know, I do appreciate their content and their work and stuff like that. And, you know, it does make me kind of a little bit jealous, I'm not gonna lie, because like, you know, it's kind of like the life I wish I had. Like, because, you know, I'd love to basically like make YouTube videos of like vlogs of like Disneyland. I'd just love to travel to all these places. I'd love to go to Tokyo. I'd love to kind of like go to like all the Disney events, Pokemon events. It would be great. So the first time I went to Summoner City, like we did a few meet and greets, like, and one of the meet and greets I did was Brizzy Voices, and she was really, really nice. I didn't really know much about her when I did go to Summoner City at first, but her channel is kind of mainly focused around like impressions and stuff like that, impressions of like, you know, fictional characters, mainly cartoon characters, and I believe she's done quite well for herself. I actually think that she did a voice in Final Fantasy VII, the remake. I also met Tom Scar at Summoner City the first time I went. He was pretty fun. Like, I think he's kind of like the same in real life as he is, like, as you see him on YouTube. His channel is like, you know, kind of satirical comedy. He's also responsible for the Asdef movies. They remind me a lot of college and the humour of my friends at the time from college. I didn't meet her at Summoner City, even though she has attended Summoner City before, but I did actually meet her on the Tube in London, like about 6 months ago. A YouTuber I met on the Tube, YouTuber, Kelsey Ellison. Now, she is probably best known for like being viral as like Dancing Hermione, and yeah, she does do some like dancing videos. However, late last year she released her unofficial fan film of like a Harry Potter spin-off, Sisters of House Black, which basically looked into the backstory of, well, House Black really. It was a really, really good movie, and it was really well made and put together for like a YouTube film. Like, it had very good editing and effects as well, which, you know, I really appreciated and stuff like that. And, you know, it was really creative, and I do really respect Kelsey Ellison for that. So when I met Kelsey Ellison on the tube, like, I think she got on the tube, I kind of recognised her, like, but kind of needed to do like a double take. Like, so if I did like kind of look like I was like staring at her a bit, like, you know, I didn't want to like weird her out or anything. I mean, I wouldn't have said anything to her, like, otherwise, but as I was getting off a tube, she actually complimented my shoes, which was really, really cool. So basically I was like, oh, thank you. And I said, oh yeah, are you dancing Hermione? And she was like, oh yeah, yeah. And I felt really awkward because, like, you know, I had to get off the tube there and whatnot, so yeah. But yeah, she seemed really, really nice anyway. So another person who makes YouTube videos, I didn't necessarily meet her at Summer City, but I met her when I went to Comic-Con in Birmingham a couple of years ago. Her name's Carolina Rivassa, and she has a channel called Ispanglo-Saxon. So her channel mainly focuses around comedy and also being part of like the Overwatch community. And because she is the voice of my favourite Overwatch hero, Sombra, so obviously yay. And sometimes what she does is she tries to kind of get like the other Overwatch voice actors to appear on her channel, and then they like swap voice lines. So just another few YouTubers like I really, really like watching. Jacksepticeye, I mean, Jacksepticeye is absolutely amazing. What I like about Jacksepticeye is that even though he is quite loud and brash, like, he does seem like a genuinely kind and caring person, and he is like really super inspirational. And, you know, he does like lots of like charity live streams, and he can even get like celebrity guests to appear on his charity live streams. I remember there was one that he got like Amelia Clark on. Another Irish YouTube game I really love, like, is one of his Jacksepticeye's friends, Call Me Kevin. But his humour is like a lot more like darker and everything and whatnot. Like, he's like, yay pain, you know. And I like how he seems like that kind of person that basically if his house is on fire, he would just still have a smile on his face. I love it. Who can forget Dan and Phil? They were like my all-time favourite YouTubers, and, you know, they were probably like my inspiration for getting into YouTube. Dan doesn't really upload as much anymore, like, to be honest. I mean, he might come back to YouTube one day. I'm sure he has his reasons for like not uploading on YouTube as often as he used to. But like last year, like around about this time last year, like, I was really proud of him for coming out as gay, and same with Phil as well. Phil still uploads from time to time, and, you know, I still find Phil quite like endearing and stuff. I do really appreciate their work and everything and what they've done for the YouTube community. And the last couple of YouTubers I'm going to mention are a couple of like fellow autistic YouTubers. First one is Connor Ward, who also does autism related content. However, his channel is a lot more heavily featured on autism. He and I have a lot in common. You know, I think if I ever met him, like, I think we got on really, really well. You know, because we both really love Hercules, we both really love Jessie J, we're both autistic, and both kind of want similar things for, like, you know, more awareness and acceptance in the autism community. So what I really respect about Connor is that he's very candid about his autism. Now, what I mean by this is that, you know, he can sometimes show the, like, not so nice side of autism, you know, such as, like, you know, sometimes the meltdowns and whatnot. Yeah, and, you know, some of the stresses that do come with being autistic. And, you know, I really respect him for that. Another autistic YouTuber I really like is Indie Andy. To be honest, out of all the autistic YouTubers, I feel like I warm to Andy the most. He seems like a very warm person. Like, I don't know whether it's because he's very softly spoken, whether it's a northern accent or whatever. But I find him quite inspiring. He's proof that just because someone's autistic does not mean they can't live like a happy and successful and independent life. Because, you know, he does have a full-time job, you know, he's engaged. So, like, you know, I have a lot of respect for him for that. Thanks guys for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below who your favourite YouTubers are. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and until next time, keep smiling, bye bye.